Previously on Let's Play Steins Gate Zero.
On anonymous internet message boards, adding more W's such as www can be used to increase the amount of laughter or indicate that you're mocking an opponent. Examples of sentences including W are whoa, www, okay, www, and I'm www, getting www, excited www.
And now, back to everyone being sad.
Hello, everybody. Pokey here with another episode of Steins Gate Zero. And last time there was some technical issues, but they should be fixed now. And I want to talk briefly about the things I had to cut out of the last episode. Just some things I said. A lot of it wasn't really meaning anything. But I was wondering if maybe Fubuki here actually has reading Steiner, because she was reacting when the timeline was changing, and everyone else, like when everything seemed to be moving in slow motion, everyone seemed to be reacting to her, where she just sort of fell over into the table. I'm wondering if she had something to do with the timeline changing. And I think that's pretty much it. If anything else I said comes up, I'll mention it. Let's just get right into this. About the physical you underwent last week. Was there some problem? No, you've almost recovered from the wounds you sustained in Tokyo, and health-wise you're fine, but you're under a lot of stress. Oh. Well, it's not surprising. You survived that terrible bombing. It's no exaggeration to say that most civilians have PTSD now. Let's check some tips. I'll start with PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder. From the 4th edition of the DSM-4, the American Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Hey, I had to look through that once. Published 1994. Caused by severe shock from experiencing an accident, disaster, crime, or other seriously traumatic event. This mental disorder causes any number of stress-related issues. Symptoms include psychological instability, insomnia, confusion, memory trouble, and other problems that last for over a month. Yeesh. CCD camera. A CCD, charge-coupled device, camera is a camera that uses semiconductors. In normal parlance, the term refers to any extremely small camera. Okinawa monorail, the only monorail operating in Okinawa as of 2011. It runs approximately 13 kilometers between Naha Airport and Shuri Castle, with a 30-minute transit time and 15 stations along the way. Naha Airport, an airport in Naha, Okinawa. It is the hub airport of the Okinawa area. The airport is also home to the Air Self-Defense Force's Naha Air Base. As of 2009, it was the 6th busiest airport in Japan, as measured by number of arriving travelers. Okinawa Defense Bureau. One of the 8 local defense bureaus of Japan. It is the center of Japan's Ministry of Defense in Okinawa. Ministry of Defense, one of the central ministries of Japan. It manages and operates the self-defense forces. In 2007, it changed its name from the Defense Agency to the Ministry of Defense. Alright, cool. But it seems that your symptoms are a little different than most people's. You have very realistic dreams, for example. In particularly severe instances, they could almost be called waking dreams. I'm told at times you lose the ability to tell the difference between dreams and reality. Oh, that's like the news report we saw, which Rintaro noticed sounded a lot like reading Steiner. Isn't that just PTSD, though? Fubuki was too scared to speak, so Yuki interrupted curtly. It was rare to see Yuki act like this. If nothing else, I'd never seen it before. It was plain now. Yuki didn't trust Shimoyama. In fact, she considered him an enemy. No, it's very strange. Shimoyama paused a moment for effect and rubbed his chin. There are others who say they have very similar dreams, and not just one or two. What? Of course, the degree to which they suffer from this problem changes, but we found more than 10 in Japan alone. They exist in other countries too. Well, we've only got information from the West. That's just a coincidence, isn't it? Fubuki was incredibly frightened, so I spoke in her place. You've heard of Puchin, right? Nope. Suddenly, Shimoyama turned his gaze towards me and asked me a question. Puchin? The Soviet General Secretary, right? Might as well just check that. Fictional, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. From 2000 to 2008, he was the second president of Russia. After 2008, he became its prime minister, former KGB agent. Yeah, I see what you did there. I almost said the president of Russia, but managed to stop myself. The Soviet Union still existed in this world line. Putin's title was General Secretary, not President. I'd heard that during my time at Aruma. Correct, but interestingly enough, Nakase referred to him as the President of Russia. I knew it. What? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm not really what you'd call a good student. No, that's not it. It's one of the strange things about all the people who have these dreams. They call him President Putin. And they all call Gorbachev and Yeltsin presidents too. That's why the scientists have started calling it President's Disease. Not a terribly clever name, if you ask me. No way. Is he talking about reading Steiner? There's a strong chance that people besides me had that power, even if not as acutely. I never found out for sure, but what Ferris had said in the Alpha World line certainly suggested it. So it was certainly possible that Shimoyama's waking dreams were actually the effects of reading Steiner. If they were all aware of the world line shift a month ago, just like me, if Fubuki had the same memories of the other world line that I had, it would make perfect sense that she called Putin a president. Gorbachev, Yeltsin? You don't know them? Didn't they teach that in world history? I only took science classes in high school. I thought everyone knew about them. Do kids today not know who they are? I find it hard to believe you're all that ignorant. I'm sure you know about Gorbachev and Yeltsin, right, Okabe? Yeah, I suppose so. And Perestroika and the fall of the Berlin Wall. I'll just go ahead. This will be the last time I check, I think, this episode. Perestroika, Russian for reconstructing. Reconstructuring. Wait, hold on. Restructuring. There it is. A policy of economic revolution via the introduction of market-oriented economics that was implemented in 1985 by the Soviet Union. Originally, I thought I could scroll down, but I guess I can't. Originally, it was an attempt to reboot a stalled socialist economy, but it led to the end of the Communist Party's one-party dominance and the collapse of the USSR. Berlin Wall. After World War II, the capital of Germany, Berlin, was divided into two sides. The eastern side was controlled by the Soviet Union, and the western by America, England, and France. Later, Germany would split into West Germany and East Germany. The portion of Berlin in East Germany remained its capital, but West Berlin remained occupied by the Allied powers while being cut off from the rest of West Germany, which lay approximately 100 miles to the west. In 1961, East Germany built a wall around the city in response to continuing attempts by its citizens to seek asylum in West Berlin. This was the Berlin Wall. Until its destruction in 1989, it was a symbol of the divide between East and West Germany. Additionally, West Berlin was never officially West German territory. They simply operated it as a stand-in for the foreign affairs and currency administration. Yeltsin. Fictional. Boris Nikolaevich Yeltsin, a former USSR politician. After the fall of the Soviet Union, he became the first president of the Russian Federation as well as its prime minister. Died in 2007. Gorbachev, fictional. Mikhail Sergeyevich Gorbachev, General Secretary of the Soviet Communist Party, the last leader of the USSR. He executed the Perestroika plan and brought the Cold War to an end. Alright, I'm gonna stop reading more hints. Yeah, they were in the textbooks. Second after the words were out of my mouth, an alarm went off in my mind. Something was wrong. There was something strange about what Shimoyama was saying. And then I realized. East and West were caught up in the middle of a world war. How could the Berlin Wall have fallen? And could Gorbachev really execute Perestroika? By the time I realized he tricked me, it was too late. My panic appeared on my face. Oh my gosh. Now he knows that he has reading Steiner. Or, like, not that, but... that he has the president's disease, whatever he just said. You too, huh? And you were deliberately trying to hide it, weren't you? So the information was right after all. You know something important. Listen, Okabe, I want you to tell me. Shimoyama suddenly laughed. It was a bitter laugh, almost eerily so. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that was bad. Gorbachev, Yeltsin, who are these people you all keep talking about? We don't have any data on them, and neither do any of the American intelligence agencies. That data doesn't exist. Doesn't exist? I looked over at Yuki. From the look on her face, I could tell that she really had no idea who they were. Perestroika, the fall of the Berlin Wall, did these things really happen? Tell me, please. But I couldn't answer. I was thinking of something completely different. I suddenly realized why the world line might have changed a month ago on Christmas Eve. What if Russia used the time machine that day in an experiment to change the past? Ooh. The goal of the experiment would have been to stop the collapse of the Soviet Union. And if the result of them changing the past was this world line, how foolish! A simple change to the past and the butterfly effect makes the entire world so different. Did they know how many people had died? Have you and your friends really experienced the history of a different world? I just can't believe it. It's just nonsense cooked up by some crazy scientists. It was about to push me further when we heard the sound of an incoming call on a cell phone. Shimoyama grunted and took his phone out of his pocket. Is he driving while he's doing this? Or is Shimoyama the... Oh, right, because the driver's seat is on the right? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. The pointless ramble there for 5 seconds. This is Shimoyama. Yeah, we're on our way to the bureau. What? What do you mean? Damn it, that's the problem with these idiots. What country do these politicians think they're working for? Shimoyama's finger slammed down on the end call button so hard I thought the phone would break. There was a look of rage on his face. We're changing our destination. Head to Cadena Base, Gate 2. His words were filled with irritation as he spoke to the driver. Changing destinations? Who is he talking to? Darn it, FedEx. I don't know if you can hear that, but FedEx is pulling in my driver. Gosh darn it. As I sat there confused, Shimoyama started to call someone else. This is Shimoyama, we're changing our destination. We'll meet at Gate 2 at Cadena Base. That was all he said before he hung up. What's going on? The situation's changed. Okabe is heading to a US military base. From there, he might get to take a fun trip to a US Air Force plane to US Air Force plane to America. I don't know if I said that wrong or not, but I thought I did, so I started the phrase. I just want to keep going. This is really interesting, by the way. I'm like really enthralled in the story. What? America? I'll ask them to make sure you get first class accommodations, but don't get your hopes up. They don't listen to us any more than you'd listen to a yapping pet dog. Why America? I don't know if it's the CIA or the NSC, but someone wants us to hand you over. But why? Ask them yourself. And then he turned back towards the front and fell silent, refusing to answer any of my questions. The car went down the road for a while until we got off at an exit that read South Okinawa. We stopped in front of the gate. Several US soldiers had evidently been waiting for my arrival. Once we hand you over to the Americans, we're not going to get any accurate information from them. So this is my last chance. Shimoyama turned around from the front passenger seat and looked straight at me. His eyes were desperate and begging. Tell me, what are we supposed to do from now on? Please. I remembered all the soldiers in Tokyo who'd fought so desperately to protect me. Were they fighting to help someone else in Tokyo right now? Or were they already... I don't know. Okabe. I really don't know. Do you think I can do something about this war all by myself? Knowing that Gorbachev and Yeltsin were presidents of Russia, or that they brought a dramatic end to the Cold War, that doesn't actually help anything. I could hear the sound of another car getting closer. Shimoyama sighed and opened the passenger side door. Get out. I exited the car as I was told. Okrin! Oh my goodness. She's adorable. Mayuri got out of the van behind us and ran over to me. Mayuri! Okrin! Aww. My childhood friend flung herself into my arms and I held her tight. I finally get to see you. I'm so glad you're safe. I could feel her warmth. Mayuri was here. I'd never gone almost a whole month without seeing her before. And this was wartime. I couldn't easily contact her like I could in the old world line, so I'd been so worried about whether or not Mayuri was okay. It was no exaggeration to say that I'd survived this far just to make sure. I raced the entire Alpha World line to save her. No matter what happened, I wanted her to be safe. Okrin, you're hurting me! Oh, sorry. I'd held her too closely. I took a step back. Mayushi believed, you know. Mayushi believed she'd get to see Okrin again. Yeah. Hooray! What was that? Hooray, you're safe, Nya. Okabe. Oh my goodness, look at them all. First looks so weird without her. I mean, like, she's adorable, but like, without her ears and stuff. Yeah. Also, Luca just has a really, really long neck. Or Lukaku. Whatever. He has a really long neck. I heard two more voices I recognized. Ferris and Luca, and behind them I saw Kaede. I'm glad you're all safe. Okabe, Lukaku. I felt myself getting choked up too when I saw Lukaku cry. I exchanged greetings with Kaede too. Fubuki had grabbed on to her like a little kid. She was still pale and trembling. Ferris, I guess you're not wearing your maid outfit for once. It's been a long time since anyone called me Ferris, Nya. Ferris spoke sadly. Then she put her hand around my neck and held me close. Her little pink lips got close to my ear as if she was about to kiss me. Hey. What was going on? Ha ha ha, don't be so embarrassed, Nyan. She laughed mischievously. Then Ferris, no, Rumiho Akiya, whispered into my ear while pretending to kiss me. Yeah, I'm never gonna call her that. Be careful. Don't trust the Ministry of Defense or the Americans. Those gosh darn evil Americans. Adults are all liars. None of them tell the truth. How old are we again? Aren't we like... Wait, how old is Rentaro? He's like... 18 to 22, somewhere in that range, I think. That's right, Ferris had a special talent. Cheshire break. She was incredibly good at looking into someone's heart and seeing what they were thinking. I'm psychic, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just figured that out. One of them just tricked me. Ferris looked surprised and took a step back. That's sad, yeah. Yeah. And then I heard the sound of another engine. This time it was coming from beyond the gate and inside the base. It belonged to a black luxury car with an E on the license plate. Behind it was a minibus. The two of them stopped in front of the gate. It was time for my reunion to end. Welcome, says U.S. military personnel. An American soldier as tall as a basketball player got out of the car. Welcome, everyone. My name is Hammond. His Japanese was good, but not great. Everyone except Mr. Okabe, please get on the bus. It was more robotic than bad Japanese, but whatever. He was smiling, but I could tell he wasn't going to allow any arguments. And the other American soldiers were still carrying their rifles as they stood guard without smiles. Or eyes, apparently. That's freaky. Shimoyama and the other Japanese soldiers were watching us from a distance. They didn't try to stop us, they were just looking downwards. Huh? Everyone but Okurin? What do you mean? There's no need to be scared. We're just going to talk to you a little, and then we'll send you right to the Okinawa Defense Bureau. Come along. Okurin. It's fine, don't worry. But... Yuki, take care of Mayuri. Okay. Yuki nodded and put her arm around Mayuri's shoulder as she led her to the bus. Everyone else followed. Okurin. Tell my parents I said hi. Once everyone but me was on, the minibus left immediately. The area in front of the gate fell silent. It was hard to believe this existed in the same world as all the places I crossed on my escape through Japan's main island. Alright, Mr. Okabe, come this way. He told me to get in the back seat of the black luxury car. What would happen to me once I got inside? I tried to think about it, but realized there was nothing I could do. I was just about to get in the car when... Okabe, run! If you go to America, you won't come back alive! Oh my good... Ooh, what just happened? Shimoyama's scream was cut off by the sound of gunfire. I was just about to end the episode off, but I guess not. In the corner of my eye, I saw the American soldiers firing without hesitation. No way. Oh my gosh, First was right. Americans cannot be trusted. I tried to turn around when... Get inside. No more, Mr. Nice Robot. A large hand blocked my vision as Hammond held me down. I couldn't hear Shimoyama's voice anymore. Through the gaps between his fingers, I could see that nothing was moving. I knew exactly what that meant. I was shoved into the car before I had time to think about it. I tried to open my mouth, but Hammond looked into my eyes and shook his head. I wasn't supposed to talk then. Hammond sat next to me, then closed the door. The car started to move. Soon we turned down a different road than the one the minibus was taking. America, huh? I'd never been there before. What were they going to do to me there? Use me as a guinea pig? Cut open my head and dissect my brain? I probably wasn't going to be able to do any tourist things. Felt like screaming, but tried my best to stay calm. There's someone I want you to meet. I just started doing the Shimoyama voice for Hammond. That's like my general, like, oh, this is some guy that's not important voice. Hammond suddenly spoke, then he handed me something. I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. I took it before I even looked at what it was. When I checked, it was a normal smartphone. Hold on. Shoot! I clicked the wrong button. I wanted to see if I can open up my smartphone. Let me just... shoot. Shoot. Oh my goodness, spoilers everywhere. There's the backlog. I'm so dumb, it was right here. Dot lock, just hit that button. Confused, I pressed the button as I was told, and then something appeared on screen. Oh, come on, don't tell me I missed Amadeus Kurisu. Did she just appear on screen? Are you kidding? Okay, fine. No more hitting buttons. Except for the A button. Kurisu! It was the Amadeus Kurisu Makise. Why does the US military have Amadeus? I was about to ask Hammond when, for the first time in about a month, that feeling came back. Wait. What? What is happening here? Oh, I need a minute. What? Okay, I guess we're back. The whole world and all its colors began to shift. There was a feeling of instability, like my brain was unable to recognize where it was, and the dizziness and a sense of falling, like you get when you're anemic. I could hear the blood vessels deep within my ears, and they sounded really loud. A sense of floating finally stopped, and my surroundings coalesced into firm shapes. Okring? Wow, this is getting kind of crazy. I will just have to see you guys next time. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. I have no idea where the story is going at all. I notice it's not like a Christmas party anymore, probably because a month has passed, but I don't... Whatever. This is getting crazy. I can't think it's right. Anyways, guys. I've been Pokey. This has been Steins Gate 0, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!